Hey everyone, welcome back to Widget Wisdom. In today's video, we are going to dive deep into MVVM architecture in Flutter. This is a highly scalable architecture pattern that separates your business logic, UI, and data. It's a perfect for building large, complex Flutter apps. By the end of this video, you will understand what MVVM is, how to implement it in Flutter, and how to work with complex examples like fetching data from an API and managing state efficiently. So let's get started. So let's start by breaking down what MVVM means. So MVVM stands for Model, View, and View Model. Here model handles the data, including API responses and database calls. Then we have View. So View is the UI or front end of your app where widgets are rendered. Then we have View Model. So this is the key part that sits between the model and view. It manages the UI logic and communicates with the model to provide data to the view. So let's understand the MVVM architecture by a simple analogy. Imagine you are at a restaurant. So here model is the kitchen, where all the cooking happens that prepares the food or let's say data based on your order. Then we have view model. So view model is like the waiter. Like the waiter takes your order, communicates with the kitchen and brings the food back to you. Then we have view. View means you or let's say customer who sees and interacts with the food. The customer doesn't directly interact with the kitchen. So I guess by this simple example you have got the understanding of MVVM. So MVVM helps with maintainability, testability and scalability because it keeps UI logic separate from business logic. Now let's jump into the code. I'll show you how to implement MVVM in Flutter using a simple counter app as an example. Then we will move on to a more complex example where we fetch data from an API. Then we will see how to handle authentication with MVVM in Flutter. So let's start with creating some directories for our project. So first create models directory for data models. Then create view models directory for view model logic. Then create the view directory for the UI code. So this structure keeps our code modular and clean. Now let's add dependencies in our pubspec.yaml file for this project. So in my opinion, the best way to implement MVVM in Flutter is to use the provider package. So come to the pubspec.yaml file and add the provider package in the dependencies section. And then add the HTTP package for fetching data from an API. Then tap on this pubget option to get all the dependencies. Now let's create a model for our counter app. So now let's create a new file called countermodel.dart inside the models directory. And then inside this file, here create a class called countermodel. Then inside the class, create a property called counter of type int. So this counter will be used to store the value of the counter. Then create a constructor for the counter model class that takes the counter as parameter. Now let's create a view model for our counter app. So for that, create a new file called counterViewModel.dart inside the view models directory. And then inside the file, here create a class called counterViewModel that extends the change notifier package. So this change notifier class is provided by the provider package and it helps us to notify the listeners when the counter value changes. Then inside this class, create a property called counterModel of type counterModel. Then initialize it with the new instance of the counterModel class with a default value of 0. So this default value will be used to initialize the counter value. Then create a getter method called counter that returns the counter value from the counter model. Then create a method called increment counter that increments the counter value by 1. Then inside this method, increment the counter value by 1 and then call the notify listener method to notify the listeners that the counter value has been changed. Now let's create a view for our counter app. So create a new file called counterview.dart inside the views directory. And then inside this file, here create a stateless widget called counterview. Then inside the build method, here we need to get the instance of the Counter-View-Model class, because the instance of the Counter-View-Model class will be used to access the counter value. So to get the instance of the Counter-View-Model class, here add the provider.auth method and pass the context, and then add the type of the Counter-View-Model class. Then from here return a scaffold widget, then add the app bar property and set the title to counter app with MVVM. Then add the body property and set the child to a center widget that contains a text widget. Then set the text to counter, and then add the counter value using the ViewModel.counter property. So this will display the counter value on the screen. Then add a floating action button property and set the onPressed property to ViewModel.incrementCounter. So this will call the increment counter method when the floating action button is pressed, and add 1 to the current counter value. Then for its child, here add the add icon. Now let's call the counter view class from the main method. So come to the main.dart file, and then inside the myApp class, here first add the change notifier provider widget as the home property. Then set the create property to a function that returns an instance of counter view model class. So this will provide the instance of the counter view model class to the counter view widget. Now add the counter view widget as the child property of the change notifier provider widget. So this will display the counter view widget on the screen. Now let's run the app to test it. So here our app is installed successfully, and now if I tap onto this floating action button, you can see the counter value is incremented by 1. So this is how you can implement the MVVM in Flutter using the provider package. Now that we have got the basics down, let's look at more complex example like integrating an API in MVVM architecture. So let's create a post model to handle data from a REST API. So create a new file called postmodel.dart inside the models directory, and then inside this file create a file named postmodel. Then inside the class create 3 properties called id of type int, then title of type string, and then body of type string. Then create a constructor for the postmodel class that takes the id, title and body as parameters, and make sure to mark all them as required. Then create a factory constructor called fromJSON that takes a map of type string and dynamic as a parameter. Then return a new instance of the postmodel class with the id, title and body values from the JSON map. So this factory constructor will be used to convert the JSON data to the postmodel object. Now let's create a view model for our post app. So for that, create a new file called postViewModel.dart. Then inside the file, here create a class called postViewModel that extends change notifier for the changes in the state. Then inside the class, create 2 properties called posts of type list of postmodel and loading of type bool. Then create the getter methods for the posts and loading properties. Then create a method called fetchPosts that fetches post from the API. So inside the method, first set the loading property to true. So we will use this loading property to show the loading indicator on the screen while fetching the post. Then call the notify listeners method to notify the listener that the state has been changed. Then first add the try catch block to handle the errors. Then inside the try block, create a response variable and use the HTTP package to make a GET request to the API. And for using HTTP package, also import the HTTP package as HTTP. Then inside the GET method, pass the URI.parse method and pass the API URL. Then check if the response status code is 200. Then inside the if block, convert the response body to a list of post model objects using the json.decode method. Then set the posts property to the fetch posts. Then inside the catch block, handle the error. Then finally, set the loading property to false and call the notify listener method to notify the listeners that the state has been changed. Now let's create the view for our post app. So create a new file called postview.dart inside the views directory. Then inside the file, here create a stateless widget called post list view. Then inside the build method, here we need to get the instance of the post-view-model class, because the instance of the post-model-view class will be used to access the posts. So to get the instance of the post-view-model class, here add the provider.auth method and pass the context, and then add the type of the post-view-model class. Then from here return a scaffold widget. Then add the app bar property and set the title to posts list. Then add the body property and set the child to a ternary operator that checks if the loading property is true. Then return a center widget that contains a circular progress indicator. Else return a list view.builder widget that contains the posts. Then set the item count property to the length of the post. Then set the item builder property to a function that takes the context and index as parameters. Then inside this function, get the post from the posts list using the index. Then return a list style widget that contains the title and subtitle of the post. So for the title, set the text to post.title, and for the subtitle, set the text to post.body. Then add the floating action button property and set the onPressed property to post-view-model.fetchPosts. So this will call the fetchPosts method when the floating action button is pressed. Then for its child, here add the refresh icon. Now let's call the postListView class from the main method. So come to the main.dart file, and here then inside the myApp class, here change the change notifier providers create property to a post-view-model instance, and then change the child property to a post-list-view instance. So this will display the post-list-view widget on the screen. Now let's run the app to test it. So here our app is installed successfully. Now if I tap on this floating action button, you can see first we get the loading indicator while fetching the posts. Then we get the list of posts from the API. So this is how you can implement MVVM in Flutter. Now let's see how to handle authentication with MVVM in Flutter. So for that, first create a new file called usermodel.dart inside the models directory. Then inside the file, here create a class called userModel. Then inside the class, create two properties as email of type string and the token of type string. So here token means password. Okay. Then create a constructor for the userModel class that takes the email and token as parameter, and make sure to mark them as required. Then create a factory constructor called fromJSON that takes a map of type string and dynamic as parameter. Then return a new instance of the userModel class with the email and token values from the JSON map. So this factory constructor will be used to convert the JSON data to the userModel object. Now let's create the view model for our authentication app. So for that, create a new file called authentication-view-model.dart inside the view models directory. Then inside this file, create a new class named authentication-view-model that extends change notifier. Then inside this class, create two properties called isAuthenticated of type bool and initialize it with false. So this property will be used to check if the user is authenticated or not. And then create a property called user of type userModel. Then create the getter method for the isAuthenticated and user properties. Then create a method called login that takes the email and password as parameter. So inside this method, first add the await keyword to make the method asynchronous. Then add the delay method to delay the execution by 2 seconds. And then set the user property to a new instance of the userModel class with the email and token values. Then set the isAuthenticated property to true. Then call the notify listeners method to notify the listeners that the state has been changed. So here in this method, we are simulating the login process by delaying the execution by 2 seconds. Then create a method called logout that sets the user property to null and the isAuthenticated to false. Then call the notify listeners method to notify the listeners that the state has been changed. Now let's create a view for our authentication app. So create a new file called authentication-view.dart. Then inside the file, here create a stateless widget called authentication view. Then here first add the text editing controller for email. then create another text editing controller for password. Then inside the build method, here we need to get the instance of the Authentication ViewModel class, because the instance of the Authentication ViewModel class will be used to check if the user is authenticated or not. So to get the instance of the Authentication ViewModel class, here add the provider.auth method and pass the context, and then add the type of the Authentication ViewModel class. Okay. Then from here return a scaffold widget, then add the app bar property and set the title to login. Then add the body property based on the is authenticated property. So if the user is authenticated, then return a center widget that contains a column widget and set the main axis alignment property to the center. Then add a text widget that displays the welcome message with the user email. Then add an elevated button that calls the logout method when pressed. So this will log out the user. Else return a padding widget that contains a column widget, and then add the to text field for email and password. Then add a sized box. Then add an elevated button that calls the login method when pressed. So this will log in the user. Now let's call the authentication view class from the main method. So come to the main.dart file, and then inside this my app class, here change the change notifier providers create property to an authentication view model instance, and then change the child property to an authentication view instance. So this will display the authentication view widget on the screen. Now let's run the app to test it. So here our app is installed successfully, and now if I enter the email and password and tap on the login button, then you can see the welcome message with the user email has been appeared on the screen. Then if I tap onto this logout button, you can see the login screen is again. So this is how you can handle authentication with MVVM in Flutter. So that's it for today's video. I hope you found it helpful, and if you did, then make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.